Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night live stream. Glad to have you with us. We have our typical type panel for the first time all together in a while. We got Kyle Lusk, Jamie Howe, and Chico of the Wise. I appreciate everybody coming out. We've got quite a few people out already there. We've had Vanessa and Loads of Bacon on since real early on, about a half an hour before. But we got a pretty full load, and I want to say thank you to everybody for coming out. We'll go ahead and say hi to everybody. So go around the room here.
Hey guys and girls, thanks for being here. You guys know, same routine. I'm excited as always being on the panel with my brothers here. As y'all know, so thanks for the side chat for being alone. I see Big Al out there. I want to say hey to him. So and everybody else. I don't want to exclude anybody, but thanks for having me, guys, as always.
Hey guys, Kyle here. Friday night rewind time. Really looking forward to cutting up with y'all on the side chat and everything we can come up with in the panel. Loads of Bacon. It's good to see that you're stopped in here. And like I said in my comment to your video that you liked, you understand. Good to see everybody. Always enjoy chatting with everybody and learning new things or trying to teach somebody something. And I don't really know anything. So here we go.
Hey guys, welcome to another Friday night. I'm glad to be here. Thanks to my fellow panel members and for everybody in the side chat joining us as we try to wind down from another hectic work week. And I hope everybody had a good week, and I hope everybody's looking forward to a fun, gun-filled weekend.
Well, guys, we don't necessarily have a topic for the evening, but we're going to end up talking about YouTube for at least a little while. I'm going to try not to hang there too long. Kyle's had some stuff going on with some shotgun stuff we can talk about for a little bit, and I don't know. We'll see where it goes from there. But first thing I want to say while we have people on, guys, go ahead and check out the reloadersnetwork.com. YouTube has changed their policy. There isn't going to be any reloading or casting videos in the future. They're going to pull them all off, kick people off, whatever. So the reloadersnetwork.com is where I know most of us are all going to be posting videos using other video hosting. So wanted to get that right out of the way, and maybe we could talk a little bit about what our plans are after seeing that change in policy. And then and maybe we shift gears here in a little bit. So, Kyle, what are you thinking about, buddy?
I've got a set up account with a lot of videos on Gunstreamer. That's the platform I've been using and hadn't run into any problems. Everything transfers easily. That's the platform I'm going to go with. I've got other accounts on other platforms, but just Gunstreamer seems to be the easiest one to navigate.
Chico, you gonna make any changes, brother, or are you just gonna kind of keep rocking on doing your thing?
Yeah, is this something that just recently happened within the last couple of days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't hear about it. I heard about
Okay.
the one
Well,
last week.
To catch you up, and anybody in the chat here that doesn't know what's going on, Loads of Bacon got another strike-ish, right? So he already had two, and then they gave him a third, but it's not really a third, or maybe they took one of his others away. It's real confusing. But the end result was they sent him a link to their policy, and they've changed the firearm policy. So it no longer talks about manufacturing anything. It just talks about what affects us for reloading is the making of ammunition or putting together guns. I can't remember exactly how it's worded, but it's worded in a way where there's no question anymore. So reloading and casting are no longer accepted topics.
So that's definitely a punch in my ribs. But just like a lot of us, so yeah, that as you guys know, I have an account on Gunstreamer too. And I like it because when I upload to YouTube, it automatically goes there, but that option may not be available if you know what I mean. But so I'm in order to keep my channel still active and in good standing with YouTube. I'm gonna kind of abide by their policy so my stuff doesn't get deleted off. But I will be, as you guys know, on the Reloaders Network and on this a similar platform like Gunstreamer or I haven't tried the BitChute yet, but that to me that's a real bad punch in my kidneys, ribs, in my back, and everywhere.
Yeah, dude, it is. It was a bummer today. I mean, I already had a crappy week, and added to it a little bit of a crappier day. You know, my boss, which we started getting pretty good friends. His father passed. He had to go, so it was just the one thing. And then I come into this morning and I see this video from Bacon, and I'm just like, yeah, damn it, man, can't win for losing right now. So, I'm with you, man. It is a punch in the guts, and the thing is, for me anyway, there's actually a little bit of relief in this because they've defined the policy. I know what it is now. I no longer have to question or wonder. I just know that I have reloading videos. I have casting videos on my channel. They will get flagged eventually. I will get strikes for them. They will remove them. So I can either go ahead and pull them off now or wait for them to do it. But I'm not going to be making any more reloading videos on YouTube. They will be going to Gunstreamer and the Reloaders Network, which is where, and more importantly, that's where they're going to be. I mean, Gunstreamer is just the video hosting. Go check it out. It's a cool website, but mainly the Reloaders Network. What do you think of him, Sir Jamie? Sir Beard a lot?
I've already got my stuff on. Most of my stuff is posted, especially my reloading content, which is pretty much what 92.5% of my videos are 35 Remington stuff. So yeah, I got to take some off from YouTube, and I hate that because I've got one of those that first video I made for 35 Remington's got over 1,000 views. Never thought I'd have a 1,000 view video, but yeah, my stuff is on Gunstreamer and BitChute, and I've had lots of invitations to go to YouTube, but I've not done it yet. I've tried several times, but I never could get them to upload. And Bacon told me that it's probably because I didn't have any tags or anything like that on there, so they probably won't even take them like that. So I might see if Bacon or Highboy can help me through or go. I don't want to have to upload every single one of them because not that I've got that much content, but there's 40 of them I think now, and that takes some time, takes some doing. So I want to go in there and click the little box and just have them all automatically upload like they do. And
yeah, that's that was the magic with Gunstreamer. I mean, there's never been a site that's been easier to be able to get into using for that.
There's plenty. What we've got to do is get people to watching on other formats.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, and I've been saying this for a while. With my videos, a lot of times what I would do is I would post them on the Reloaders Network first, give that an exclusivity period for, let's say, 3 days, and then I would make it public on my YouTube channel. And I got just as many views when it was just on the Reloaders Network as I did when it went to YouTube. So about half of my total viewership on a video would be straight from the Reloaders Network. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as we can find a way to drive new viewers over there, that's fine by me. I'm not really, that's not going to kill me at all. I'm going to miss some of the community that seems to grow around YouTube. And I don't know how well that's going to do outside of it. And I definitely want to keep up with the live stream because there's no other way to do it. That's why I'm worried about pulling all my stuff off. Because you have to pull it off. Bacon's video, just another one there, Chico. I don't know if you saw it, but his video was private. like, or it was unlisted. It was one of the two. It was like somebody had to. It was him, YouTube, and whoever could possibly find the actual full URL. The only ones that could see that video. So, just making them private or making them unlisted isn't going to be enough. So, I don't know. I'm a little frustrated by it and a little disheartened. But I do appreciate what Bacon's done with the Reloaders Network and how that's going to work. And yeah, you're right, Eagle Eye. They can eat a whole big bag of eggplant because you know what though? I mean, hey, it's their stuff. They want to do what they want to do, and whatever. I guess I don't know.
And Nathan, like you were saying, you want to keep your channel going and all that stuff because you put in all this work to grow it into what it is. That's why I branched off into my Survival Sundays and Cast Iron Wednesdays and Canteen Cup Tuesdays and started, commingling with other channels and stuff like that. But from what I got out of Bacon's video, I can't even make a teaser saying, hey, check out what I've been doing and put a link at the bottom. Yeah. Because that link is on YouTube and that's against their policy.
Yeah, it's a pretty big mess. I've got other channels. I've got a channel that's actually you guys have seen every once in a while. I'll accidentally comment on it. One that's tied to my name, and then I've got another one that I've recently started. I don't know yet exactly how that's going to go, but as far as reloading goes, I feel like I'm done on YouTube. So it'll be strictly live streams for this channel. So guys, if you want to watch, any of my content that I'm able to put out, it's going to be on the Reloaders Network. It's not going to be on YouTube anymore. They've made it clear they do not want that stuff there, and that's what this channel does. So, like Chico said, man, it's a punch in the gut, but it is what it is. I don't know. PC Tim, what do you? Tim's looking longingly into your eyes, Kyle. I think
what?
Yeah. See, this is what happens when they get a whole bunch of snow and bad weather out of Missouri. They start getting a little cabin fever and get a little itchy. Man, did you guys hear about that storm that's going out there? Woo! Out in they're further west than him, but I think he might still be getting a piece of it.
Yeah, he's gonna get it. It's coming.
Good grief. There's somebody I met on YouTube. She lives out in Wyoming. I haven't heard from her for the past 3-4 days. She lives out off grid by herself. So I hope she's all right because she's been there for like 5 years. So I guess she's used to it, but good grief. They're getting hammered out there.
That's got.
Kyle, you said you've been looking into shotgun stuff. Let's go ahead and if we want to, does anybody have any last words on this crap before we go ahead and move on to something more interesting and less depressing?
Yeah, just basically, we just gotta stay united as a community for one thing, and it's not just us reloading guys; it's those tactical, more shooting guys that don't reload yet and that are coming over to start the reload. But yeah, as our whole community, as we continue to grow and as we continue to get to know each other, we've got to stay unified and we've got to wind up in the same place. And I think the Reloaders Network and Gunstreamer is going to be, and BitChute, I think that's where we're going to settle into.
Yeah, that's and Bacon's brought this up before, guys. If you do have channels and you want to keep going, start doing what you need to do now to make sure that you can transition well. If you really don't give that much of a darn, I understand it. I understand being like, hey, I'm just going to play this out till it ends. Trust me, I totally get it. But if you're wanting to keep going and stay doing live streams and stuff like that, we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to do something different.
I, for one, will have to take a bunch of videos down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about just going basically posting a video to say, hey, look, all the previous content that was here is over at the Reloaders Network. Go check it out. And not even teaser videos, just one video that says, hey, if you're looking for something that you liked over here, it's all over there now.
According to their new rules, you can't even put a link to your channel at the Reloaders Network over there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
I guess you can say go to the reloadersnetwork.com and look me up. Don't put a direct link to you because it's not a direct link. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Like everything else, somebody will find a way around it.
Yeah. No shit.
Do it.
So, Kyle, you've been studying on some shotgun stuff lately, huh?
I've been doing a lot of research into shotgunning, reloading. Because thanks to Oceans 374, I've got me a nice Hunter press. And since I wasn't using the shot and powder bar, I've taken it off the top. I've been looking at, there's an amazing amount of wads that you can buy, different shapes, different styles, different forms, different this and all that. I've been looking into all that. I've been looking into which mold I'm going to buy. I'm only going to use the press for shotgun and slugs. He knew that, or for buckshot and slugs. Oceans knew that, and that's why he sent me this press. This will work perfect for what you're doing. So, whoa, is everybody okay?
Wasn't me.
Okay, I don't know. There's no kids screaming at my house, so
that's probably the TV in the other room, man.
Oh, okay. I just making sure. Somebody got to go take care of business. But he knew what I was going to be doing with it, which is why he sent it to me, and I'm so appreciative of it. I'm sure there will be a time when I start reloading birdshot or just target shots, clays and stuff like that. I've still got all the powder and shot hopper stuff all boxed up with all the bushings that I have, which seem to be about all I need. I'm looking into molds and powders. I've spent 2 weeks doing research on shotgun stuff, and I'm more confused now than I was when I started. And that's just where I'm at. I've been watching everybody's videos on YouTube, which they're probably going to take down, trying to get some information because that's what they're supposed to be doing, is sharing information. And this really is just a smack in the face because they're starting to pull all kinds of stuff. And hey, now you're on your own. Okay, I'll go to the internet, whatever. I haven't even bought my first shotgun wad yet. I've been going through everybody's videos and all that. Been going through all the originals, Thorzak's, Fortune Cookies. Been going through everybody's videos, and I'm so undecided that I can't decide on anything.
More information has just led to more confusion, huh? More questions and answers.
Me and Oceans talked for a long time, and he gave me a bunch of information. I wrote it all down, and then I got to thinking, okay, apparently his universal is not the same universal that I'm looking at. He's looking at universal clays. I'm looking at universal Hodgdon.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't step into that.
Yeah.
That hurt.
That does sound pretty daggum confusing.
Yeah, but yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna do some research, and I've got a whole notebook full of notes that I don't think half of them are even worth reading anymore. So, and it's not like it's that complicated of a thing. There's still a video on YouTube, same press, dude loads a shotgun shell in like 14 seconds. So it can't be that complicated. I'm just way overthinking it because I'm going to cast my slugs. I'm going to cast my buckshot. And that's really all I'm going to use it for. I'm not going to get a like what Thorzak's has, a little dribbler, the shot dribbler, number 8 shot dribbler. I'm not doing that. I don't shoot that much shotgun. I mean,
Well,
I
better to
probably
overthink it than
would if I
underthink
had
it
all
there.
that, but no, I'm just not going to do it. But it's a rabbit hole that I have just free dove down it, and I just haven't popped the chute yet. So I don't know where I'm going to stop.
Yeah, I understand. I think well, all this stuff. That's what one of the things I love about it is they're all rabbit holes. You know, whether you're getting into reloading for revolvers, or shotguns, or rifles, or 4-wheel drives. Yeah, man, it's all rabbit hole. Country boy will survive.
You're reloading 4-wheel drives?
Yeah, I got into a song lyric and I couldn't go until I stopped. Yeah, it's been.
Sorry, guys, I had to run off. Sorry.
Oh no, it's all right, man. You got to do you.
Hey, I hear people saying somebody scream. It's probably my neighbors. But I gotta tell you this. So my son come down here and said, I need your help. I need your help upstairs. So I was like, I hit mute, go upstairs, and fix the TV. He had it in Spanish, and I don't read Spanish. So you know what I mean? I'm just like, I had to reconfigure it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking up on Google on the tablet upstairs. Where's English translation in Spanish? And it's like, so if y'all heard somebody scream, it wasn't from my end because I had mute button. So sorry.
Chico, it's very funny that you said that. I'm just going to say this right quick. A service writer came down to me and said, hey, how do you change the language options on these brand new Peterbilts? I said, well, you use the little wheel on the dash. And he goes, okay, cool. How do you do it when it's in a language that you don't understand? I said, pray.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he can't read what it says on the dash.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to rewatch everything for the last 20 minutes. But yeah, I forget where I left off, man. I don't want to cut nobody out, but that's disappointing, man.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry if I brought that back up. If y'all was done with it, sorry.
No, that's all right, man.
I'll go get the dead horse. Hang on.
Yeah.
I was kidding, man.
I'm gonna wrap some barbed wire around this here bat before I get back to work on this here horse. No, man, I get it. It does it. It is disappointing, and but you know, not much.
It is what it is.
Now. Yeah, exactly. I remember last year when we went through this the first time. You know, it was disappointing. It was kind of upsetting. There's a lot of frantic. What are we going to do now? And we've had a little over a year, so I know I'm pretty well settled on what I'm going to do. Now, newer channels like yours, Chico, I don't know.
Yeah, I got other ways, to probably not push no buttons, but I don't want to say survive because I don't make any money off YouTube. You know what I mean? I do it to share my newbie experience, but also, I do other stuff, deal seeking, and just recently I've been on my Think About It Thursdays. I don't know if y'all watch that, but it's not every Thursday. It's just when life stuff, but yeah, it's just it's a little disheartening based on the whole premise of what YouTube started at. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So
yeah, I mean, if you look at something as a bastion of free speech and the ability to be able to get ideas out there and to create communities like this, yeah, it does blow because it feels like you're cutting a piece of it away. You're cutting a piece of that idea away.
correct.
Where the only thing you're going to have is a sounding board of ideas that YouTube wants people to have, which seems a little scary. I don't know.
What they don't realize is by doing all this and totally refining and shaving and sharpening and all this stuff, all they're doing is cutting their base right out from under. Next thing have is just a bunch of people that want to watch the how to commit suicide videos and how to behead somebody videos. But those are okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that stuff because I don't watch that trash. But
Either, but I know it's still up there. But you can't watch how to cast a damn 7/8 ounce slug? Really?
I am sure that is the case.
And then I also hear you say, Nathan, sorry, that it's not just reloading and casting, it's gun videos in general, right? Firearm related.
Well, it's always been kind of weird when it comes to firearms because when it comes to firearms, it seems to be based solely off of sale and resale and
manufacturer.
Yeah, and for us though, it's all about making ammo. That it's there's specifically a policy regarded towards making ammunition, which kind of puts us out. Somebody had a question here. I wanted to. Somebody was asking about. Okay, yeah, James Owens asked about these chats. The thing with James is I want to keep my channel going, right, for these chats. So this is the chats. I'll always be, be on mine and Jamie's and whoever else I can con into doing it. It'll be on their channels like always, right? Like we've been doing. I'm just going to pull my main video content off so that this can continue, right? Now, one thing I was thinking about is I could wait until I get at least a strike and then pull them. But they've gone ahead and I've heard of them cutting like doing like 3 strikes right like back to back to back. You wake up and you're done. So I'm probably going to pull early. Sorry, pull early. That's
yeah, that's kind of pun, huh?
Yeah, that was a little bit much.
Now let me.
There's all kinds I can get. Yeah, that's got my brain going.
Especially for someone with no children.
Yeah, I pulled way early on that one.
Now, is there a deadline, expected date on this new policy changes to take effect?
No, Chico, the policy is already in effect. So
whoa, you're talking about cutting it down to the wire. Let me grab.
Yeah, basically, I think if looking at it from a policy perspective, this was done horribly, right? But it seems to me that they put out a first draft policy a year ago, and they have refined it now. So basically, it's almost like we had a year to figure out what we were going to do, even though they didn't tell us that. Like, it would have been nice if they would have said, hey, listen, guys, you know what? For whatever reason, I don't care what. We don't want people blowing their face off, whatever the hell it is. We don't want your videos on. We're going to give you a year, figure out where else to go, and then get on. That would have been more acceptable to me.
Our good friend
really
just put a comment in the side chat, said, can we still make bullets on castrating?
Yeah.
I thought that was very funny. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that.
Yeah, this is kind of a mess, man. Hey, MCK, how you doing, brother? So yeah, I'm gonna continue to live chat on the Reloaders, on the Reloading Press, and Jamie will do his thing when he fills in, or if he wants to just take it over, or Kyle wants to take it over, whatever. We'll let you guys know. But you shouldn't have any changes there, unless something crazy happens and like tomorrow morning before I can do any work, they go ahead and just delete my channel. Then what the hell? There's nothing I can do about it. But yeah. Now, what else we got going on? So I've been doing like some gardening already. I know you guys that are out in other parts of the country can't believe that, but I've got my Tomatillos came out. What's up?
Yes, I've been turning my soil. I've been turning stuff over and getting ready to do the same. But here, you guys know Georgia, we have 4 seasons in 2 weeks. So I'm not putting nothing out into the late last frost, because last year I lost a lot of plants. But I'll be doing some of that on my channel as well, and other stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited, regardless about our whole community in general. So much, love and help and advice, and constructive criticism has been given to me, and I've learned a lot, and I definitely appreciate all you guys. I'm talking like my channel's gonna be gone tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't. But thank you, everyone. Now I'm sad. No, I'm just playing.
That's why I
Hey,
turned the camera
Chico.
off. Chico is shedding a tear.
Chico, if you want some cherry tomatoes, that goes the same for Jamie. Stop by the house. I've got plenty of them. The seedlings are already grown. I'm gonna transplant a bunch of them tomorrow into little peat pods. You know, if y'all watch my video, there's like I got 6 or 8 growing out of each pod, so I'm gonna transplant those and get them going. And y'all are more than welcome to several plants. I mean, however many you want.
Capgun picked out some kind of deck tomato plant for me, and it's I've got a couple tomatoes that are slowly swelling. We're gonna be ready hopefully here in about another week, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking shorty. It doesn't appear to be wanting to get real tall, which is nice.
I'm not a huge tomato guy, but I do like some cherry tomatoes in a salad. And I really don't eat tomatoes unless they're cooked, like ketchup or salsa or spaghetti sauce or something like that. But I will eat a cherry tomato in a salad. So
I like tomatoes. A little bit of mayo, a little bit of bread, a little bit of salt and pepper. That's good stuff.
yeah, my mother will sit there and walk through my garden and just grab my big boys and just eat them like an apple. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to making like some salsa and stuff this year. I planted some onions and some jalapenos. And I got like I don't even know how many, 3, 4 or 5. I think 4 jalapeno plants. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with 4 jalapeno plants. But yeah, it's gonna be I'm looking forward to it. That's something that I don't think is gonna be on the Reloading Press channel, but I might do some videos on another channel about it. What else is going on, guys? What else have we been up to?
I've been
You've been off
working.
quiet.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go.
I guess he's gonna be awful quiet. All right.
So Big Al is saying that there's some big changes coming from YouTube and congressional oversight committees and stuff like that. So I hope they take into account what they're doing to our rights about right now, because they are stomping all over the First Amendment.
And the second.
Yeah.
The Second Amendment kind of ensures the rest of them, doesn't it?
Yeah, but being that they, most corporations, companies, whatever, whenever they have their privacy policy, they can update it and change it however they want, and that's basically what they've done based on whatever reasons, and so yeah, it does suck, but it is what it is. They obviously that they don't need our content or they don't care for it, so
And
but
this
I
is
am on
what-
Gunstreamer, guys. I am on Gunstreamer and TRN and on the other social medias, Facebook and Instagram.
Not to quote my grandmother, but this is what really gripes my girdle. They can get over there and they can say whatever they want to and restrict whoever the hell they want to because they're corporations. They can infringe on every single right that we have. I think it's because they got money and power.
Nah, I disagree, brother. Because they ultimately have the right to. We don't have a right to their service.
Correct.
And that's true, but I'm going on what Chico said.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't want to. I don't want anybody. I don't want the government to be in any of our businesses, right?
Correct.
And if YouTube wants to run like a bunch of jerks, then run like jerks. I don't care. To me, it's like it's not. It sucks, and because of the size of Google, it seems to be a little troublesome. But in the end, I mean, it's a private company doing what they're doing, and I'm not gonna. I don't want the government telling them how to run their company, just like I don't want the government coming in and telling me how to run my household.
I can totally stand behind that.
It sucks. I hate it for me, just bites, but at the same time, I mean, it's not like they're saying because I'm a gun owner, I can't use YouTube. I'm not saying that at all. They're saying that, you know, they don't want that gun ownership or that stuff on their channel. And it's like saying, you know, we're not going to restrict somebody from using our bakery because they're gay, but you can't actually have sex in my bakery, right? You can come in and out all you want, but we don't want to see it here. And I can't argue with that. I hate it. I think it's stupid, but I think it's going to eventually. And guys, look, here's the thing. I know a lot of us are all older, right? We've seen this stuff come and go. Google is not above being basically becoming obsolete, right? MySpace became obsolete. There's been tons of sites that have come and gone and big things. I mean, you know, Yahoo came and gone, AOL came and gone. Google may sunset in another 4 or 5 years. YouTube, I mean, has been around for a while, but it hasn't been super popular, but for like 5 years. You know, it could be gone in 2-3 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my own 6 cents, and that's way too much of it.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they came back out and said you can do this for X amount of currency.
Man, if they tried to, I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, that'd be some shady business shit right there. But I could see, I don't know. Yeah. Well, hey, they've been trying to go to this YouTube TV crap, you know.
Yeah. And nobody's buying it.
Yeah. Why would you buy something when you get it for free? That makes no sense. They've been trying to monetize the internet as long as I can remember the internet being a thing. Never going to work. So, bigger points is YouTube is no longer the sole provider of this service. Absolutely. Well, this sole provider of reloading is the Reloaders Network. If you want to get reloading videos, reloading content, find out how to make sure that your 45 Colt doesn't blow up in your face, go to the Reloaders Network. There's going to be something there to help. See you later, Scott. Appreciate you stopping by.
There's an amazing search feature on that platform. I can't believe the way that you can search exactly for what you want. If you want to know what a 125 grain broadhead field tip does at 287 feet per second, you can find that video. I mean, it's that exact.
Yep. Big Al, yeah, I agree. The Reloaders Network is pretty daggum great. Full of great dudes. And chicks. That's not the right term. That was sexist. Damn it. Now I'm going to get striked for being sexist.
Bad? No.
Men and women.
Well,
and
one thing I failed to do was click the links that Bacon had on his video to see what exactly the policy is. So I'm gonna have to do that when we finish tonight or when I get up in the morning. So
what it boils down to, brother, is come over to the house in the morning and you and me can sit on iPads and laptops and pull our videos down and put them somewhere else. We use my Wi-Fi to do it. Come on.
I need to bring you some 380 brass anyway.
Not to quote Uncle Jim, but
got a little bit of 380 brass that I need to see if I can do some horse trading and end up with my 380. I got a Bursa, and it's like a first gen Bursa. And it has a problem where the clip won't stay engaged. It's just so worn. So I got to figure out. I got to tweak on that and get that thing running just right.
I've actually got a couple of friends with Bursa 380s. Let me
this thing first gen, brother, and the clips won't work in anything else. Like a clip, am I saying that right? The magazine won't work with anything else. It's like only that particular model, which is from like 84, 85.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
he
really?
checked magazines and fixed his entire problem. Let me see what he bought.
That works, man. That's awesome. Trying to keep up a little bit with chat.
Yeah, there's a difference between a clip and a magazine.
Yeah, I know.
Clips going 30-06s.
Yeah, I know.
Then you break
I
your
know.
thumb.
Need to make a YouTube video on that. Whoops.
MCK says Clipazine.
Yeah.
I did see something that I thought was really funny. It was a AR magazine, and it had Donald Trump embossed on it, and it said MAGA zine. Let's see how they deal with that.
It's just getting weird, man.
It's getting to where I'm damn near scared of talking about stuff. I mean, even on live chats and everything else.
Look, here's the thing. They're not going to arrest us, right? And this platform is only useful for live chats now. And if they are watching in on our live chat and decide to pull it or strike us or whatever, so be it. I mean, it's not like there's no YouTube police.
Right.
So
you take away my birthday.
Yeah, exactly. If you take away the channel's ability to be able to do the live streams that we do, then there's no sense for me to even have the count. So
then I guess we can go to one of the 12 other channels. Weird. I mean, I got like 12 YouTube channels. Don't use any of them yet.
We're still talking about basically gun community versus the 2A community idea and stuff like that. Here's the thing, man. Like, I particularly, and I know some people feel this way, I particularly have I don't like, I get stressed out and stuff like that, and it really kind of bugs me when I'm drug into the politic ring over and over and over and over and over again over everything that happens. And that's why, like, there's certain channels I don't even really watch anymore because all it is a rant constantly. And I know that there are people out there actively trying to screw us. And I vote the other way to ensure that that doesn't happen. But I don't need to constantly be inundated with it. That's why I try to stick to the gun community side, because that's actually what I'm interested in, is the guns, not the politics. And that's my take on it. I know not everybody feels that way. Some people feel that that's kind of half-hearted and stuff, but I think that's why I try to stay away from the politics side, because there's already enough guys that do that. And if that's what you're into, then cool, do that. But to me, it just stresses me out and ticks me off, and there's nothing I can do about it. All I'm doing is ranting and raving at the walls. I just do my voting that I can. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? How's the beard feel about it? And is Chico wearing a Habib?
A baklava.
Baklava? Okay. I thought that was chocolate.
No, Warsaw, we're not getting mad or anything, brother. When we come on here on Friday nights, we've had the politics all week. We've been working all week, and we just we try to have a lot more fun than we're having tonight so far. It's not going real well, to be honest. But
yeah, no, brother.
Are you sure they're not watching us?
Yeah, it's all cool, man. I just wanted to address it because, you know, tonight's a little bit more political than normal for this channel.
Tonight's a lot more political than normal.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And Tread's right. You know, it's not just Bacon. There's other people that are losing their shit, or losing their channel and losing their videos. So, Uncle Jim wants me. Dude, I need to do that. I just make a video, just me yelling at the wall about nonsense. That's just, yeah. Or maybe
No, you didn't do it with enough enthusiasm. It has to be.
Yeah, you get the neck veins coming. I'm too fat for neck veins, but you know what? If I wasn't, yeah, dude.
Don't
Exactly, man.
You should feel better now. You feel better.
Man, I had to tell a friend of mine that today. You know, there's a guy that I've become pretty good friends with that I work here, and we're doing a lot of the same stuff, and work started going sideways for him, and he started getting constantly like pestered and nicked at and stuff. He was getting more and more frustrated. Then all of a sudden, things at the house, him and the old lady had a couple arguments. and it's like it's the end of the week, and he's just so upset and just like like maybe you need to go to your little private gym or something and go work off this damn testosterone you got built up and all this frustration. Get it out of your system. Go play with the kids and be done with it and put it aside. And he's like, "You're right, dude." He's like, "Because you just carry it from one day to the next, to the next, to the next, and by Friday, I'm so pissed off. Usually, I can't see straight by the time I leave there."
That's why, and like Jamie says, that's why we all like doing this. It's like just a release of all the crap of the week. You throw it out there, let everybody chat about it, and that way you ain't got to argue about it. And then somebody will eventually have a good point. That came out the wrong way, but you can see other people's opinions on it, and eventually you'll be like, "Huh, okay."
Yeah.
I probably messed that all up, and I'm sorry if I did.
No,
Right,
I
Anito.
I put a political statement out there for Warsaw and it just kind of hit me, and nobody's brought up. Where's the NRA in all this? Where are the people that are supposed to be fighting for our gun rights? Where are they? And where are all of they were talking about advertisers. Where are they? Where's their money? When are they going to get together? And look, the NRA with the money, I'm a life member of the NRA. Not that I'm proud of it or anything, especially lately. But my thing is, where are they? They could make a platform, or they could get behind Gunstreamer or YouTube and pump them up.
They've damn sure got enough money to do it.
Oh.
So apparently I made everybody mad by saying that. So
No, I don't think so.
No.
One of the best memes I've seen in a while, it was government health care is a right and it should be paid for by the government. And so the response was, "So shall we talk about the Second Amendment? Here's my gun list. This is what I want the government to pay for." I'm going straight off the top for a Barrett 50. Why not?
That's a good choice, man. Like, that's a damn fine choice. Like, it's something that's way out of my price range. I'll never be able to afford, but I would love to have.
And if it's my right and you're going to pay for it, let me have it. I'll buy the press and the brass and everything. I'll reload it. Ain't no problem. You don't have to supply the ammunition. I got this.
I got this part. Oh, man. No. Like a top break. Like an old Smith & Wesson, like Model 1 type top break or something. That'd be a good one, too.
Oh, it would. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Sorry, Chico, I stepped on you, brother. What's up?
No problem, brother. We do that to each other all the time because it be that dead silence in between, and we try to get it in. Everybody does it. I'm wondering who out there in the side chat, because there's a lot of guys and girls out there that do they're content creators. Who out there has videos that you plan on removing or taking off of here so that your channel doesn't get a strike? Yeah. I know it's a good number of people out there that has stuff, I just looked at that policy, and that policy is it's kind of black and white. It says what it is, and
yeah, there's not a lot of room, is there? Like before, there was room for not knowing exactly what they're talking about.
So yeah, it was that's what I was kind of doing.
Yeah, now it seems pretty point blank that we're not allowed to do that anymore. I don't know. So what else is going on? What's your favorite kind of reloading dive? There's a question.
The ones that work great. Say that. That's too. I hear that a lot. People's asked me that before, and it's like, man, whatever works. If you can get it at a deal, and if it does the job, I'll use anything, man.
So you've never had a bad reload dive?
I'm still. No, I don't think so. Well, my first set of reloading dives were RCBS, and I don't want to say it was bad. I didn't like the and Jamie can vouch on this. I didn't like the crimp and seat at the same time option. I didn't care for that because it was too much adjustment and getting used to. I prefer to do it in one step, each. I want to seat the bullet and then I want to crimp instead of doing it all in one shebang,
Well,
Yeah.
you got one of them highfalutin 5-position die presses, and most of us don't have that.
Well, even if I put it on my little single stage, and I use that mainly. My single stage is mainly just for decapping and sizing my cast bullets. And I think Brody asked me in one of my videos earlier this week or last week. He said, "Hey man, don't you?" He seen a video where I sped it up. I decapped a lot of brass, and he said, "I thought you got a 650," and I was like, "I do." But decapping brass is dirty, man, and all that stuff. It goes everywhere. The spit primers and the range scrap and the dirt and the Georgia clay down here. And
what I found out, I had a set of 40 cal RCBS dies, carbide dies. I mean, nice dies. What would happen was on my Dillon 550, I would, decap it, go up, size it, go to prime it, and all that stuff. And it didn't click at me at the time because it was my first time loading the caliber. But I made about 200, which I thought was odd, 200 40 cal rounds with a spent primer in it. Because it would push it out, but it would crimp the primer on the pin. And when you went to go back up, it'd suck it back up in there.
Yeah,
and
I've had
there
that
was
happen.
nowhere for the new primer to go. And I'm sitting there going, this is way too many bullets. I only had 100 primers in the press. And I went back through it, and like every fourth one would have a primer in it. Because I was looking, and the little primer indicator was going down. And I was like, this is crazy. I started playing with stuff, cleaning with stuff and all that, and just ratchet a few more, and about 3 of every 10 would have the old primer in it. I'm like, what the heck? And lo and behold, I bought a set of Dillon dies, and when the piece of brass goes up in there, it trips a spring that kicks the spent primer off of the decapping pin. So you don't have that problem. I've never had that problem again with a set of Dillon dies. If anybody needs a set of 40 cal dies, I've got, I think, a couple of pieces of one left. I was going to send them to Georgia Boy, but I didn't have enough to send him a complete die set. I've got a decapping die that likes to suck the primer back in. I wouldn't send that to nobody, so nobody contact me.
My 9mm die does the same thing, brother.
I was so mad with that, but
Yeah.
I bought the Dillon dies, and I hadn't had a problem. Of course, they're a little more expensive, not like the 30-06 Dillon dies. I mean, Jesus, $380.
Here's something that's kind of interesting. You're talking about dies and price. When I was a kid and I first started getting into reloading, there wasn't all the options that there are now. I mean, there was, but those were like really high dollar dies. So every die set, I mean, it was a fancy die set was carbide, right? So every die set pretty much, so unless you went out and bought an extra seating die, seated the bullet and crimped at the same time. So that's how I'm used to adjusting my dies. So there's only one die I have in my entire collection that I hate for trying to adjust like that. And I think it's a Hornady Cowboy action die. That thing is just miserable to get set up. But we're talking about price. I mean, when I was a kid, Lee dies were $20, give or take, right around $20, and everybody else was like $50 or $75. That's in the 80s. Like everybody was like, I mean, at the most like $40, and some of the steel dies were even still $40, $50. And it's funny how like Lee kind of crept up. Some of the other dies kind of came down a little bit. And now it's, it's not really a price issue, but it is kind of interesting that the dies haven't really gone up much. I mean, I remember seeing some die boxes like $5 on them and stuff, but As long as I can remember, Lee dies have been about $20, and everybody else was twice that.
Well, 20 to 40, depending on which set you got.
Well, they are now, but they used to all be 20, like because there wasn't all those 4-die sets and crap.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. One thing that I have experienced is the factory crimp die. It's worth its weight in gold in 44 Magnum. I don't know about the smaller stuff, but in the bigger bore stuff, it's worth its weight in gold.
What does that one do?
I can load whatever the hell I want to, no matter what I cast it to. And in either one of the 44s that I own, whether it be the rifle or the pistol, and everything chambered just fine. Like when I first started, I could fill the rifle up, no problem. Bam, 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 bam. But they wouldn't even go in the action of the pistol. You know, they wouldn't even go into the damn cylinder.
That's the bulge buster one then.
Well, no, it was just the factory crimp die. It had the sleeve in it. I'll show you. Let me find it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The pistol factory crimp dies are the ones that have the carbide ring in them. The ones that have the collet, the factory crimp die had the collet for like rifles and stuff. That actually puts a crimp on it. The other ones iron out the case and get rid of any bulges.
Well, no, it's not a bulge buster. It is the 44 Magnum factory crimp die. It's got a sleeve, and then you dial it down for the crimp. The sleeve resizes it, and then it comes up. It resizes it when it comes up, and then you have the crimp.
You know what, Kyle? I bet it functions like, because I got a 45 ACP one and another one that are factory crimp die. I bet because a 44 mag has a roll crimp instead of a taper crimp, it's just functionally different inside, but it performs the same thing.
I think it's the same thing, but it's a two-piece die, and everybody gets happy once the ram's driven home.
I've tried to stay away from some of those because I go to so much work to get my bullets to fit my rifling that I don't want to run it in a die that makes the bullet smaller. But for 45 ACP, I've had to use it, and it works pretty well for my particular gun. But I try to stay away from it if I can.
All right, here you go.
I have that die in 9mm also. The factory crimp die.
No, that's not it. Jesus. How many sets of dies do I have around here? Jesus. I really have to get organized. Who wants to come over to my house for a camp out organization party?
I got about 18 set, and they're pretty well organized. You need
That's because you made them organized.
Yeah, you need to buy one. You need to build one of these racks, man.
Mm.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to see if we can send like the little tray thing. See if we can send that to Mig and have him make up like a prototype plastic one. That would be a heck of a lot easier than doing all that crap out of wood. Because mine are a mess.
I gotta hang my rack up here, the one that I made with 30-06 cases sticking up so I can stick the turrets on it. I can't believe I hadn't hung that yet. I can't find a stud finder.
You know what? I gotta correct myself. I said RCBS dies was the first ones I bought. Now that I think about it, I was so anxious after I got my press, and I didn't want to wait. I bought a set of Hornady from Academy. I didn't like them. I took them back.
I like my Hornady dies, man. I just have one set that I don't like.
And it might have been the big, humongous lock ring on it, probably. And I was just like, I can't even find a wrench for this. Like, all my big wrenches are at the job. Like, big wrench. Like, it's bigger than 22mm, I believe.
Well, big wrench you can't fit on a damn
on the tool
turret
head.
anyway.
Right.
The best lock rings in the business.
That's why I like the I like the Dillon smaller lock rings, because you can actually put a wrench on them and turn them.
I don't know. Why would you need to put a wrench on a die? That doesn't make. I almost never use a wrench on a die.
If you're using a
Wrench
progressive
it.
press, you want to make sure it doesn't move. So you lock it down.
That the Dylan lock ring is small, so and they're real cheap. I buy them for I bought them for all my dies. Basically, I think they come in a pack of 5, and they're fairly cheap. But I got one wrench and all the same lock ring, and it goes on. You know what I mean? And it
And
just,
you
to
can
me,
stick it between the other dies and actually loosen it or tighten it or whatever.
If you take here's why I love the Hornady lock rings, and I bought Hornady lock rings for all my dies, is because you can actually lock the ring to the die. No other die set can you actually really do that. Like everything else, it's like, oh, you jam that screw up against the thread.
yeah, it has the hex key or something that you can yeah.
Them or a split ring with a hex key or a bolt through them, and I love them for that. Now I do agree that trying to get them on and off the press if they're tight can be a pain in the butt, but
no, it's a possibility. You have to take them off and then stick a piece of wood through them or something to hold it where you can put a wrench on it after you take every other die out of it. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, but Andy79Z28 agrees with me, so I'm saying I'm winning this.
Hey, look, I want to throw in a kicker. I got a kicker. Look, Nathan, if you know about mechanics, right? So that set screw, because that's basically what it is, a set screw that locks the lock ring to the die, the threads. If you lock it too much, it will damage those threads. You agree or not?
If you take, well, actually, I don't, because they put the set screw that they put in there is like some kind of crap pot metal.
Okay, I didn't know that.
If you strip one out, with an RCBS, you definitely will, and then you go to the store and go buy a set screw that's made out of hardened steel, you're gonna screw your threads up.
See, and I was thinking, like, say if you had a different style bullet, you know what I mean, and you wanted to change the depth on it, and you start screwing that die into your tool head or whatever, or to your press, you may not be able to screw it all the way in because of the threads.
All right, hold on there. We gotta run through this. Signal Soldier agrees. Hornady, best in the business. Who else we got here?
He said they don't set on the threads. Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, I only use
Ocean agrees. AR Precision, and his name has precision in it. Come on. I've been using them for a while, man. I like them because they actually lock to the die, and I don't like. I used to try to get around or try to think about the idea of having tool heads set up, but I really don't. It's just such an expense, man. I'd rather just set my die, and then I just run one round just to check it and make sure it hasn't moved, and I'm off to the races. And the Lee one with the little O-ring, it's never in the same damn place twice. So I don't know, man. That's my take on it.
I don't use the Lee O-rings. I take those off. I put the Dylan lock rings on there and be done with it. I've had issues because on hell, like this has still got the Lee rings on it. You can't get a wrench on there if you just want to change this one.
See, that's the thing. I understand with the Dylans, because they have they're not 7/8. They're, I think, a little bit smaller than that.
They're low profile.
Yeah, because they're so small.
But I mean, I don't have to take 2 dies off because they're starting to cram more and more holes in the turret. And so all the dies are getting closer and closer together. So, hell, you want to make a change, you got to take 3 dies out to get to 1.
Watch this, Kyle. See this? See this?
I'm jealous.
That's a pretty.
I agree now, Nathan. I had one. And so you who said that the set screw does not touch the my RCBS set does. I knew it was one of them.
Yeah, that one doesn't have a set screw. It's got basically a tightener or a jam screw, wherever you want to put it.
Yeah, so
it goes through the lock ring. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason my RCBS has the set screw where it goes up against the threads. I knew it was one of them. I was wrong.
Interesting. So Kenny says that the O-ring helps the die to actually float a little bit, helping concentricity. That's interesting. I never thought of it like that. I just thought of it was a thing to ensure that my die was never set in the same spot.
No, it does help.
I wonder if they did that on purpose or if it was just dumb luck that actually happens.
No, I see what Kenny's saying, and yeah, they are cool. On my precision stuff, I load on a press that doesn't have that movement, so not to mention any names, but everything's locked down, and all I have to do is just change calibers and start loading, and everything is exactly the same. You know, I don't know to the 10,000s, but to the 1,000s, it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, I mean, you know, reading through Modern Reloading, I think the lead justification for the O-ring was basically a friction fit, so that you could hand pull out your dies, and the lock ring will sort of stay there. But that's interesting. I never thought about it because it's got to, right? I mean, if you're using a press that is like an O press, right? Now my turret has enough movement in it that, I mean, as far as that goes, I don't think that the O-ring would make much of a difference in comparison. But that's interesting. I never thought of it.
I stand corrected again. I said the Hornady had the big, you need a big wrench. It's the RCBS. Because I'm looking at it. This is almost like a 22 millimeter or something, 7/8, whatever. Might even be 1 inch. But not the Hornady. The RCBS has the big, almost look like a stop sign lock ring on it. And the reason why I bought RCBS was because people were telling me about their warranty. Like, if you got a problem, the warranty is the best, and with getting stuff. But I took all those lock rings off and put the Dillons on it. So,
well, no matter what die set you get, the warranty's the same. I mean, they are Dillon, Lee, RCBS.
Well, I heard the customer service was better at RCBS, and I got them on a deal. I didn't pay full price for them, so yeah.
Well, I've never had to deal with RCBS. I've had to deal with Lee for customer service, and it was spectacular. I've had to deal with Dillon with customer service, and it was spectacular. And I just don't have the experience on RCBS. But the other two, the customer service is spectacular because they want to keep you buying that product.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's RCBS's claim to fame is that customer service. I mean, I know from experience with Dad, stuff like that. He's cracked and broke dies and told them that he broke them doing something wrong, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't care. Here's a new one." And these were custom made dies. These weren't like the ones you buy. Like, I'm not talking about like 44 mag dies. Those are custom made dies. They're like, "Yeah, no problem." We'll say, holy crap!
I've had the same thing happen to me with Dillon because I was learning and oops. And they're like, "No problem. Give me your address. We'll send you a shipping label with an envelope, and you ship us the whole stuff back." Like, why do you want this broke shit back?
Nathan,
sir,
would you run down the side chat? We've got 44 watching. We've been on over an hour and haven't acknowledged them. So
yeah, absolutely. I can take a look here and see what we got going on. So, Tin Man seems to believe that Green Dot has something to do with something. Warsaw Patriot, James Owens, 67 Rebel SST AMC, WKRP Cincinnati, Vanessa Kitty, PC Bullet Empire, glad you can make it. Curtis at the William C. Chapin asking me about a Mets hat. I'm hatless tonight, as you can see. AR Precision, I appreciate your backing on the Hornady lock rings. Big Man Outdoors, Sean Tierney, me, Eagle Eye Shooting. Kenny, I man, it's some good shooting, dude. You kind of quickly becoming the long range guy for cheap rifles. Between you and 243 Outdoors, you two got it going Loaded Cap Gun trying to get me to wear that silly hat. James Owens, appreciate you coming out, brother. Fuzzy Fork 8, glad to see you, Fuzz. I hope everything's going well. Oh,
Andy.
Sure. Who'd you say?
Andy 79Z28.
Another Greer on the Hornady lock rings. Charles Irby, glad to see you. Brody 556, glad you can make it out. James Owens. Oh boy, Ocean 374, not to be confused with Ocean 375 or 6. Who else we got here? Oh, I think my thing jumped. Brody Fire said that. Georgia Boy 44 came out for a little while. I don't know if he's still there. Appreciate it. Signal Soldier 31. And Uncle Jim. I know Loads of Bacon was on earlier. We've had the Emperor on. Guys, I appreciate everybody coming out. 44 people is kind of ridiculous. 46, make that. I do appreciate everybody coming out. Crazy Scotsman, hey man, how's it going? You missed a lot of YouTube bitching and complaining, and now we're trying to get Pony 47. Nice to see you. Now we're trying to find some kind of reloading stuff to talk about so that we can remain with somehow or another this professional image. But guys, I appreciate it, everybody. It's a good time getting to talk to you guys and see what you guys got going on. I do apologize about the earlier kind of political stuff, but we had to talk about it. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Joe Leadslinger, everybody. So, look, if you're looking for video content and YouTube's got your favorite channel kicked off, all 47 of you need to go check out the reloadersnetwork.com. See how that site's working, set up for getting your notifications, and look out for my content and everybody else's content to show up there. All right, so on for the second half of the evening. Mig, I haven't seen Mig there, Catherine. I don't know where he's at.
Is Charlie still out there? I think he is. I got a question for you guys. Most of y'all, I was on the Hat Chat for a little while last Saturday night with Uncle Jim and all the guys, and that was a fun time. Thanks for having me, Uncle Jim, by the way. We were talking about these bullets that Charlie sent me for the 8mm. Did y'all see those? These are 244 grain, .324, I think, sized 1,000th over. So I loaded up a dummy round, and it looks like this. And so they were making some comments, but what I did was, I don't know if y'all have seen me do this on my 35 Remington series, but I learned this from Johnny's Reloading Bench. Can y'all see the split in that case where I took and cut a slit in it?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll take my channel locks and squeeze it together and take and stick a bullet just barely in it.
Yeah.
Like that. And what I'm trying to do is put it down in my chamber and find out how long my chamber is and figure out where to seat my bullets. Well, I was talking to Charlie, and he said he seats. I asked him, "Did you seat it right there at the crimp groove?" Which is what I would do, not knowing any better. And he says, "No, I seat them 35 thousandths off the lands." Well, I can put this in my Mauser and close the bolt and pull it out, and either the bullet sticks in it and it comes out, I have to get a cleaning rod to get the bullet out, or it hadn't moved. And I get the same exact thing with the 175 grain bullet. So I don't know. This is the first time I've come up on that phenomenon. Any questions, comments?
Well, brother, I got an idea for you. See, I've never done the old split in the case thing. I've just done it with a wooden dowel. You open up, take your bolt out, hand push your bullet up until it's touching the lands. Put a wooden dowel in the muzzle, mark it, pull that back out, put the bolt back in it, put the same dowel in there, up against the head, mark it, and then that's your overall length. That's the way I've always done it.
All right, say that again now.
If you take your bullet and you put it up into the chamber up until it touches the lands, and then put a wooden dowel or cleaning rod, whatever, down the muzzle of the gun, and then mark it. Then pull the bullet back out, put the bolt back in, put that wooden dowel or that cleaning rod down in until it's hitting your bolt face, and mark that. And that's going to be close to your overall length, give or take a couple thousandths.
So use a factory round?
I don't use a round at all. I just use a bullet.
Okay.
Like I said, you never have a round in it. You put the bullet up in there and you measure. Basically, what you're doing is you're measuring the length from the bolt face all the way to the bullet touching the lands, and you're measuring the actual nose of the bullet instead of instead of the ogive, so that you actually know what your overall length needs to be. Because that's when you're doing that ogive thing, that's when you start getting into that comparator thing, and I don't have all those tools, so. But yeah, that's the way I've always done it, and I haven't had any problems doing it that way.
Yeah, Jamie missed a step right there, which is why he's confused. Are you still confused, Jamie?
I was born confused, and then my mama dropped me on my head, man.
All right, brother. Have the bolt out. You got an open bore, right?
Yeah.
All right. Stick a bullet with your finger up inside the action. Run a rod down the barrel. Okay? Mark that rod right there. Okay? Because you're making contact with the bullet lands, right?
Yeah.
All right. Pull the rod out. Pull the bullet out. Now, put the bolt in. Now, run the same rod back down and make a mark where it makes mates the bolt face.
Okay.
Now, pull that rod back out. The distance between those two marks is the maximum amount that your bullet length can be. So back it off a little bit and start playing.
Well, that's cool.
Saturday night when I made this dummy round,
Elvis ammo. The ghost of Elvis ammo.
So I made this dummy round, and they were all wondering what chamber. Curtis was on there. He was talking about he was trying to help, but we were wondering what chamber. I was asking why when I was just checking my brass, I'd full length sized it, and the bolt would close, but it had some tension on it, without a bullet in it. So then and I'd already full length sized it. So I put this bullet in there and put it back in there, and it closed really a whole lot easier. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just stick this bullet right here. Well, I think I'll use this 175 grain because it seems to be the ogive. See how much shorter the ogive is there? I mean, you get to and I think what we're looking at instead of all of this is we're looking at the bearing bands down here where they're going to touch. So, yeah, Charlie was awful good to me to send me all those bullets. So I got some stuff to play with. And
hey guys, Vanessa Kitty said, would that not be a different number for each bullet? I'm wanting to say yes, it would if you had a different length bullet, correct?
I mean, yeah, different length, shape, and everything bullet. Yeah, sure, it'd be a different.
I almost answered that. I even had my answer typed up in the side chat already, but I was like, let me ask this question because I I haven't loaded any rifle yet. Let me ask these experts out here.
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm an expert, but I can say that different shape and weight
Right.
bullet, yeah, everything would be different. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said something about deep throats in in military rifles. Absolutely true. And sometimes you don't want them getting that close. Sometimes they shoot better a little bit off the lands. The other thing to look out for, which I have seen a few times, is that the chambers are actually cut a little funny, and it forces the case to crimp a little bit onto the bullet, even though you're at the right overall length. So that's another one to kind of make sure that you don't have going on with military milsurp stuff. Yeah, I've always done it that different way. That's why when all that Hornady Cohen's or that Ogive measuring stuff came out, I was very confused. Is like, why do all that when I can do it with a cleaning rod? But there is differences from bullet to bullet if you're trying to get that fine. If you're trying to shoot 2,000 yards with a $50 gun, using a scope handmade by a small Kyrgyzstan child, then yeah, you might want to get pretty gnat's ass with your reloading.
Oh, Bob Swazorski.
Oh,
He makes some expensive stuff, man.
I'm trying to get Georgia boy to hop back on here. We would really love to have you, sir. That would be a fresh refreshment to the refreshment that we're not having.
refreshment.
Yeah.
You
You
mean
know what?
a
I
cold-
got
go
a
ahead.
rookie reloader type question for actually everybody, and I'll answer it first. So my question is, reloaders, what is your most? I'm sorry, let me cut on my camera so y'all can see my beautiful mug. What is your most used reloading equipment minus your press? And I'm gonna pick two. I'm gonna say my dial caliber or my digital micrometer, whatever you want to call it, and my reloading manuals. Now I'm thinking somebody like Kenny might say his dial indicator. What's that thingamajiggy bob thing called?
the
Bullet.
consistency gauge.
Yeah, for the brass. But I
Yeah.
was just curious. That's so rookiness of me.
It's just because that all you're loading is pistol ammunition, and that's about all you need. You need a loading
Right.
manual and a set of calipers.
Right. See, that's so newbie-ish of me.
Total hours is probably my damn tumbler. Total hours.
Okay. I
That thing sits on. I mean, if I'm reloading somewhere, most likely my tumbler's up and running.
James
Yeah.
Pollard said his bullet puller. See, I was trying to get different answers. I'm glad, man. I asked that question actually.
My scale gets a lot of use too, but
Did you see what James wrote?
The bullet puller?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a wrong answer, James.
No, it's probably truthful, which would be the right answer. My discounting the press, which means discounting every single aspect of the press, correct?
Yeah, well, I just said discounting the press because that's that's obvious.
So we're not talking powder chargers if I'm working on a progressive press.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. Yeah.
Okay. The two most used items that I actually use are my Hornady automated scale and my case trimmer.
Cool.
man, I'm glad I don't use my case trimmer all that much.
You don't shoot a whole lot of rifle.
God, yeah. That's just terrible. Setting that thing up and getting it right and getting it to be consistent and do what it's supposed to do, it's just, that is the most persnickety piece of equipment I own. It's my least favorite thing to use, no doubt. That's why like my rifles. I still use a Lee case trimmer, the little hand one, because it's consistent. I know that I don't have to spend 2 hours setting the damn thing up to do 20, 30 rounds. I can done.
Well, I get it set up, and then actually mine's pretty much set up for the same caliber most of the time, 308, and I'll do 150 rounds at a time.
These things, Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put this in the drill, and it works.
Yeah, mine's on a ball. I got the ball set up where I yeah.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
But I put the lock thing in the drill. And that works good for a while, but after a while, your hand gets tired of unloosening that thing. So that's why I bought the Hornady lathe style, and I still got to do a video about that, but I can't put it on YouTube.
Very true, Kenny. If you're sizing your brass after every firing, you're sizing, or if you're trimming your brass after every firing, you're sizing your brass wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, on that 35 Remington series, I've trimmed my brass maybe twice. I can trim it back to the minimum, and it'll grow maybe 2 or 3 thousandths every time I fire it. So ain't a whole lot of trimming to be done. Just size it and go. And Fortune Cookie did a video not this week. I think it was early this week or last week about they've always told us to with lever guns you've got to full length size your brass every time you load them, and he was disputing that, and I think I would kind of tend to agree. I think about every third time you load it, you need to full length size it. But I think doing the neck thing, or why else would Lee make a cullet neck sizing die in the 30-30?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if your gun feeds it, your gun feeds it. I don't see the need to oversize.
Well, right. As far as neck sizing, as long as it was shot out of your gun, it's fire formed to your chamber. So yeah, you can just bump the neck, and it'll bump the shoulder back just a little bit. Once you know where that needs to be, just bump, load, and it's a lot less stress on the brass. You'll get 20 reloads versus 9 reloads.
Using that kind of method, and I don't know how much you guys have ever dealt with this, but using basically very small amounts of neck size and stuff like that. I've got 3 or 3 British brass that I have been using since about 93. And
yeah, I mean, you can get 20 reloads off the same piece of brass.
And 303 brass notoriously goes bad quickly because of the the springiness in the action.
And the spread of the chambers versus which rifle it's fired in.
Well, one of the way that the lockup works on the Brit, what it actually does is if you shoot hot loads in it, the bolt actually will twist under firing internally and pull the case head, and you'll keep lengthening your brass, and the brass will just keep getting longer and longer fast. If you shoot a slightly reduced load and neck size it and just don't mess with that, like I've had tons of brass use. That's great for target practice. Doesn't do damn for hunting, but
right. Yeah, my 308 target rounds, they're so damn hot. You're only going to get about 5 reloads. I don't give a damn what you do.
Yeah, my target stuff's is usually almost always lighter because I'm not shooting it gazillion yards.
Well, I'm going 1,100 meters or something like that, or at least that's what the load's for. I just dial the dope into my scope. So,
Yeah, Scott, I don't know what's I do know what the deal is, but anyway, yeah, I need to get my mind cleared out, I think.
Catherine?
See? Annealing? Yeah, anneal your brass. Like, if you don't, you're going to lose it early. If you've got nice brass, especially. Like, if you're shooting some old Remington crap and you don't care, fine. But if you've got some stuff that's like, comes in its own little box and stuff, like what some of these other guys are using, yeah, anneal your brass. Like 3 or 4 shots, anneal it. 3, I think, is the normal for high power stuff. Personally, I try to stay. This sounds terrible. The reality for me is I start annealing when I get a split, and I know that other people aren't, because they'll tell you that you'll actually have accuracy decreases before then. I just haven't noticed it because I'm not that good a shot.
Well, I noticed when I had my friends down from Iowa, AOK Foraging and Adventures, this side of the ammo bucket was pre-done ammo. This side was previous ammo that I had tumbled, reloaded, resized, yada, yada, yada. And I've been using the same brass for a minute. And I figured out that we had reached and went over the amount of reloads we could get out of that brass. Accuracy started going all over the place, started having split necks, and I had a case head separation. And I'm like, we're done. We're not running any more of this through my gun.
Yeah, you got some problems going on there.
It just wore out brass is what it is. So before it became damaging to my rifle and my bore and everything else, my chamber, I took the gun, put it back in the gun case, and put it in the truck. Nope, we're done with this one. You want to play with this one? Sure. Boo, 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 boo.
James Owen says, I just hammer my bolt closed. I prefer to actually hammer the bolt back open. That's how I know that I shot it hot enough.
Yeah, it was hot enough.
I haven't run into that too often because I don't shoot that hot. The hottest I've ever shot anything like upper end of loading data or even slightly off was my Mauser. I got my Mauser hot. And this extraction was a little sticky, but not bad. But I was I was as hot as I was willing to go with it. I think that's the hottest I've ever shot anything. Now, I've had guns that kick a hell of a lot harder and stuff like that. You know what? No, factory 8x56R Austrian Steyr rounds might be some of the hottest crap I think I've ever shot. Like, just the pure abuse of the round. Knocked all the sense out of me. Curtis says he gave up cauliflower and Brussels sprouts for 8 weeks for Lent. I don't think you gave up much. I wouldn't say you're missing it, Bob.
Chico, is that your neighbor's dogs?
You
I'm
going
gonna put a video up soon. Y'all, like, seriously. I'm sorry, and I was just hoping. I said, hope don't nobody say that. Whose dogs is barking? They got 3 of them, and then 1 little house dog. And they take another crap in my yard, the little house dog. It's gonna be trouble. That's all I'm saying.
You're gonna turn the sprinklers on.
It's gonna be trouble.
We've got an official Cranky sighting, everybody. Hey, Cranky, glad to see you, brother. And he says he gave up YouTube for Lent with a question mark. I think YouTube gave me up for Lent.
Where's Cranky? Hey, brother. Good seeing you, man. Good seeing you out there, brother. Yeah, look like I'm gonna have to find another filming location. The dogs keep barking or something. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I feel you. That sucks, man.
So, Cranky, I'm gonna try to cast some bullets tomorrow, and if I can get freed up enough to do it, I'll ship you some. We'll get started doing some 30-30 whenever you're ready.
Come on over to the house, Jamie. I'm gonna do the same thing. We'll just sit there and cast and cast and cast.
Make some videos. Put that stuff up on Gunstream or on the Reloaders Network. Let the world know.
We can do that.
I'm still waiting for you to shoot a quarter or the edge of a quarter at 1,000,000 miles, or what fake form of measurement, leagues, knots. I'm not sure what it is that you use. I'm waiting to see that video.
You talking about a 1/4-inch steel plate at 250?
I don't know, whatever it was that you said you were going to do. I've
already done that.
I don't think I saw that one. Like, yeah, it was the edge of a quarter at 1,000,000 feet. I don't know what it was.
No, it was the edge of a 1/4-inch steel plate at 250 meters.
With a 30-06.
With a
Meters.
30-06. The Bacon Challenge. I've already done that.
Meters. What is that? Meter. What is a meter?
That is 100 centimeters. 1,000 millimeters.
I just like to bust the chops about the meter thing. That goes back years now.
Mm.
I think it's 3 feet 3 and 7.75 inches. Or
No,
something.
it's less. It's less than 3. Well, 100 yards is 91 meters.
Yeah.
100 meters is 91 yards.
Curtis says that the distance keeps going down because yep. The original chat, I think it might have been 500, but I think Edge Red might have been talking about 500.
Oh no, hell, I've never claimed to have done that at 500.
I don't know, man. We've had some pretty long nights.
Yeah.
It's been said. 10 decameters, absolutely.
Yep.
10 decameters.
I think it's pronounced decimeters, but I'm a hick from Georgia, so what do I know?
Oh man,
I don't know, but I shot a 12 by 12 steel plate with a 40 caliber at 250 meters with a 40 caliber M&P pistol.
Charles,
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
He looked it
Chapin,
up.
You got it on tape? Let me have it. Hell, if it's on tape, I'll just go damn do it. Sorry.
things have been. Yeah. Loaded Capkin just says things have been said. ... It's true. They have. If only you guys know what goes on after chat. Things get said.
I know I committed to 250. I don't know if I committed to 500.
The funny thing is the hat chats, they just don't go like off chat. They just keep going. What was the last one? 6 at plus hours, I think.
I don't know, but I woke up Sunday morning. I cooked breakfast for my kids because the time changed in the middle of it. And I was like, oh, no, I'm going back to bed.
Man, you stayed up for the whole thing?
Yeah.
You're a trooper. I think everybody's pretty well got it figured out by now that I'm like, I'm in bed by 10. So yeah, I think they don't expect me to stay till 6 or whatever in the morning. That's whew.
Man, they had me laughing till I was crying the other night.
It was funny. That's why I stayed on there. Actually, my oldest son, who is 16 years old, after I done cooked bacon and eggs or whatever. Yes, bacon. Cooked bacon and eggs. And we were eating breakfast. He goes, Dad, you really got to start hanging out with people in your own time zone. I'm sorry. I thought that was a lot more funny than y'all did.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, Chico, don't worry about it, man. You ain't gonna bother nobody. Let them dogs bark. They do their thing.
Hey, look, I was gonna show y'all, and I said that wrong about the Hornady dies earlier, but I'm gonna show you why I didn't like the RCBS die, and that's because of we were
Hang
talking
on,
about
let me
the.
go get my glasses because I can't see now.
You can't. Yeah, you can. Dude, I got my lens on. You see that?
I see you got your lens on, but I can't see now. Hang on.
You can't see?
We ain't got the same prescription, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry. But the little what is it?
What is that little
set screw?
rock?
The little set screw, right?
Mm.
But let me show
So I
you
told you I
what it
couldn't
does
see
to the
it.
die. Can y'all see that? What it does to the die?
Yeah.
Right on the threads.
Yep.
So I don't use this die, but I kind of was like, oh, I don't like that. So that's why I changed them out. Found that out the hard way.
Hey, there you are.
James
back.
Pollard, that's funny stuff right there. Talking about a young cranky Cletus. Scott made a slip up there, a Freudian slip, and now I think that's going to get a little bit of traction. Oh, probably.
Marco said, basically, Kyle, don't give up your day job.
I'm not.
I don't know. Kyle could get up and do some. You could do some full on like stand up comedy stuff.
Not on this venue.
No, not on this venue, but I'm talking about like, I could see you going to some club in Atlanta, pulling a whole like Chris Farley, down by the river, getting all serious.
For the love of God.
See? Man, I don't know how, speaking of YouTube, I don't know how I did, like, I was YouTube surfing the other day, and I came down to that time that Chris Farley went and ran down to David Letterman. I mean, he's just, full energy. Like how, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but how a fat man can move like that and not die of a heart attack, I have no idea.
I couldn't
do that. That dude was running all around, picking people up and stuff. Just full energy. I'm like,
well, there were reasons, right?
Well, there were drugs. Yeah, drugs.
That's why he's dead, right?
These drugs. He did it. Eventually, that heart did say, no mo.
No mas ferrante.
Yeah, Charles, the number 9 shot in between the set screw and the die threads works like a champ. Yeah, I think that's what I used on some of my older RCBS stuff. Or you just switch them out to Hornady and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Oh, okay, I see that. Uncle Jim said that they used to have lead in them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these are brass, and I tightened it up too much, and it boogered up that thread. And but this is that and you know what? Y'all see that? That is a enemy of anything that I own. A lot of times they're rust. And this was in the box, and I guess when I put it back, I need to clean it up and just soak it down with Cosmoline or something. I don't know, but
being in that garage is hard, man. All that humidity and all that temperature change.
If you keep that stuff up,
yeah, and I guess
you're gonna be living in a van down by the river.
I guess it hasn't happened to other dyes, the ones I use all the time, but yeah, I can definitely understand it's not being used and it's just sitting in a box and the temperature temperature changes, stuff like that. So
yeah, dude, I used to have to take when my stuff was all in a metal garage / metal building. I used to have to take and just spray my stuff down like with a spray oil every time. I didn't use WD-40, but I used some other stuff like every day when I got done using it. I just sprayed the ram, anything that was just metal. And I still like have like my my Lee press through the black coating that they put on the operating rod. It'll actually start rusting on that and stuff like that. So it's hard to beat, man.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice though, dude. I don't have that kind of stuff happen.
You don't because of what now?
Being inside, man, I don't have that crap. It just
Yeah.
You need some of this.
I got some of that. I definitely have some of that.
I don't have any in that aerosol. I think I need
I've
to
got
get some.
that definitely. That stuff is loud. It smells.
Now
Later, fellas.
PB16 will run the water out of anything that you got and lay you down a little layer. PB16, PB Blaster.
Yeah.
Awesome. Insight says that he's addicted to working to getting that press going. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, I seen some of his. He posted some stuff up today on Instagram. I was excited for him.
Yeah, he posted some Joker bullets.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. I've been excited watching a lot, and even Mario's doing some stuff too. So I'm gonna have to watch his stuff after we get off.
Hey.
Cranky said he's ready to move back to the garage. You know, he was giving me crap about that all winter when I was inside. He was like, "It's too cold in that garage." I was like, "Yeah, ain't no heat in here." So
Yeah, and it gets chilly up where you're at. I mean, it doesn't get cold, but it gets chilly.
inside.
That's good stuff.
Speaking of which, Chico, after we go off, I got a question for you, man.
Yes,
Wait a
sir.
minute. Does it involve what Scott was just talking about?
Not really, semi, but not really.
Oh, so you only want the half speed.
I
Never
missed
mind.
it, man. Hold up. Yeah.
Not to change the subject or anything, but did I show y'all this bullet?
So look, who has got their? I've already know a lot of you guys got your press, and I'm just rubbing it. Willie's not here, so I can't rub it in. That's what it is. Willie was like, "What's up with that? Can I not get none of that stuff in California?"
No, I saw your video. You may be a reloader if, and I was like,
Got
I
one
got
of
that
these.
magazine yesterday, and I got to flip it through it. Like, oh, I need this. I gotta have this. I need this. Need it. Got it. Need it. Got it. Need it. Got it. Need it. Got it.
Cranky said he got his. I seen Uncle Jim. A lot of guys was like, I got mine yesterday. I got mine last week. I was like, that's cool. So look at Mario's like, shut up. Mario, yours is coming next time, I'm sure. Is PC still here? PC said he wore out his pages already.
Mario, I'm glad that you stuck with us, brother. Hope you learned a little bit of something. But I'm glad to have you still here.
I tried to tell him to move to Georgia.
I got a living room to shack up in until you find a place.
And if you just so happen to move into 2 specific cities in Georgia, yeah, I need to check out that video on my channel also. You'll be some interesting things about that 2 specific cities in Georgia. Check it out.
California certainly is the YouTube of the United States.
Amen.
Damn dogs. I think they're gonna kill each other because they 2 boys. They out there in the cage and they going at it. Maybe I wake up in the morning and only be one of them or something. I don't know.
That's all right, man. Dogs be dogs. They do their thing. They think they're protecting somebody, I'm sure.
Chico, they ain't that annoying, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. I used to have that right outside my window, too. It used to drive me berserk, but...
Now you got people jumping off the top rope.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you showed me that. I was like, what in the world?
Like, look, here's the thing, man. Like, guys, it's so hard to wrap your nugget around what's actually happening to me. Because you can't really fathom that it's actually... They have the whole front yard be nothing but cars. I live right dead in town. Like, 1/4-acre lots. The whole front yard, there'll be 8, 10 guys out there, and they're all flopping down on that thing all at one time. Bam! And then they count real loud. 1, 2, 3, bang! Oh, it's just like...
Man, that would make for some good video. If nothing, just amusing, you know.
I mean, I am Mr. Liberty. and I have yet to do it. But somebody around here is going to get the law after them. I mean, because that is just
No, man, just sit up, just sit up there and video them and post it on YouTube.
Dude.
That's all you need to do, man.
Yeah, man, it is crazy.
Set up your game camera, just get still shots of them jumping off.
I actually just go in my backyard and just build bleachers.
Charge people $2 to come over and watch the show.
Oh yeah, and they have a cage as well. So every once in a while they'll set up for when they're going to practice for their cage match. They'll set up a big cage around it as well. I'm not kidding.
Did anybody bring in the chair?
Yeah, I'm sure, man. And they're all like super loud. They yell because they're practicing for their show, right?
Yeah.
So
Joe.
they're all hopped up on Mountain Dew and freaking
Surge and all that.
Surge.
Tito's and Red Bull.
Yeah.
No tab though, Uncle Jim. No tab.
I would never live anywhere that has a HOA, but daggone, man, if that doesn't make me think about it. Oh.
Scott, Insight, what kind of press are you running, buddy?
Yeah, invite video on every part of it. Man, I'm thinking so. I don't know. Maybe I need to do that. Make a wrestling channel.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, they have a show coming up in April.
Reality Wrestling Wars.
Yeah. My wrestling special neighbors.
Miss Capgun, Kyle will come down and be one of the combatants, and I'll be his manager. I'll slip him far and I'll be...
Hey, the Reloading Wrestling Federation.
I'll throw you a chair, Kyle. Whoop the crap out of him, buddy.
Well, that would be hilarious. I think I only have like one picture on Instagram of the ridiculousness, but you're right. I think I need to video it sometime. I see a UJ. What Uncle Jim said something? Hell, I ain't seen nothing in a bit.
That's a nice press, Scott. I'm telling you, Uncle Jim would be the ultimate wrestling manager.
Oh,
no, Pat, no.
yes, absolutely. I can see Uncle Jim running in and doing that whole dive thing under the ropes and sliding up. I can see that absolutely. His sledding video had me laughing. I don't know. And I watched that at work. I was like, I had my laptop open and I watched that at work and I started laughing and I couldn't stop for like 30 minutes.
He had to work so hard to get 10 feet. He's like, just keep the film rolling.
Insight said the belt to be made of lead. It's holding up the belt.
Oh, God. Okay,
Yeah,
I think we've had enough fun for tonight, guys.
No way, man.
Okay,
Actually,
let's keep going. 8 hours. Oh.
No, you're about right, brother. It is about closing time. Guys, look,
Closing time.
yeah, nobody got to go home, but YouTube can't keep us here. Guys, I appreciate everybody coming out. We got a ton of people on. Curtis, Uncle Jim, Mario. Thanks for coming out, brother. Uncle John, Cranky Cletus, Cranky Fetus, Georgia Boy 44, Loaded Cap Gun, Inside Freedom, Tread, Georgia Boy 44. It was good talk with you a little bit beforehand. Scott, I don't know if I said anything there. Charles Irby, appreciate it. Brody 556, Fuzz the Fork 8. Good to talk to you as always. AR Precision. I had loads of bacon here as well, which is always kind of odd. I feel like it's like a celebrity, showing up. Who else we got? Big Man Outdoors, PC Bullet Empire, Ocean 374, Eagle Eye Shooting, AR Precision. I'm sure I already said that. Tread, Charles Irby, I already said that one. Crazy Scotsman. Guys, look, everybody that came out tonight, I appreciate it.
You got Vanessa and Mario.
Yeah, Vanessa. I almost forgot. Vanessa, I didn't know this. Vanessa said that her husband's going to come down to Dalton. I said, well, you're married, so all these guys, the dream is over. I had no idea that she was married. So,
I would like to have dinner with him.
yeah, I don't know. We figure
No
something out.
homo.
But guys, I do appreciate everybody coming out. It's been a while since I've been able to host one. It's been a while since we've been all together. I'm glad that Jamie's feeling a little bit better. I'm sure we have plenty of people to send prayers out to, so let's keep that going. And go ahead and go around the horn, say goodnight, and talk about what we got coming up, and we'll go ahead and close up.
Sure, guys. Hey, thanks for being here, Side Chat. Hey, we're still at 45. I seen 47, probably even more. But thanks for being here with us Friday night. As always, I've got some other videos I need to post up, some low development, still working with Shooters World Powder. But a lot of my stuff from now on, if it's reloading content, you can definitely check it out on Gunstream. But I prefer if you check it out over on TRN. I'm going to start loading more stuff up over there. Now, mind you, only thing I'm loading up over there is reloading stuff, you know, because that's what reloading student or something like that. I'm pretty picky about what I send over there for Bacon to approve. But thanks for having me, guys, and Side Chat. Thanks for interacting with me. So that's it for me.
Hey guys, I really appreciate everybody being here. I'm gonna delve into some shotgun stuff. I'm gonna look into some roll crimp doodads for some slugs and all that. Still looking at slug molds and all that, looking at the ones on the Reloaders Network, looking at some others somewhere else. It looks like everything may have a fit here, may have a fit there. I'm gonna play with it. What are you laughing at?
Fucking Mario. Oh man.
What did he say?
It's a dude with the chair. You need a pipe and a robe.
You need a smoking jacket, sir.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Fucking deerstalker hat. Yeah.
Anyway, I really appreciate everybody being here tonight. It's been fun cutting up with y'all. And after this week, it's been a welcome vent. Tomorrow or next week's going to really suck because my other parts guys, he's going to Madrid, Spain. So I'm going to be by myself the entire week. I'm probably not going to be your most friendly person to call. So, I didn't say it. I'm probably not going to be the most friendly person to call. If you text me, that's fine. It may take me a minute to respond. But, yeah, we're looking for some shotgun stuff coming up. Y'all have seen pretty much everything else. That's where I'm at. Been a blast tonight. It really was fun. Thanks for having me.
So the beard with the mostest, what you got going on?
I got to do a video about 10 Man wanted to see some of my molds. I told him I had some that I hadn't even used yet. I got to do that. I'm going to try to work on that tomorrow. I got to do a video on this Hornady cam lock case trimmer. And you're absolutely right, Nathan. Those things are the absolute most difficult things to get consistent links with. And I think I've figured out some things that's going to help, and hope I can get a video done on that and help some folks out with that kind of stuff. Just takes a washer here and there, and might have to take the rubber ring out and put a split light washer in there. Curtis, I'm going to be working on some 8mm Mauser videos, but we just don't have anywhere to post them right now. So we'll be on the Reloaders Network always, but we will be scattering out. Nathan, brother, it's great to have you back, man. We've been really missing you. I missed that Friday night. I was in the hospital, but we got a lot of tests done. Everything turned out great. So now all we got to do is wait on the bills to start rolling in. That's going to be a shock. And my insurance company will probably hemorrhage.
Yeah.
But guys, like Chico said, we've had as many. I saw 47. Miss Kitty, tell your son in Dalton to look any of us up. We'll be glad to talk to him, especially if he wants to get into guns and reloading. And yeah, Curtis, we'll talk to Bacon and see about Vimeo. We wanna find a platform in case YouTube does completely away with us. We want to find a platform that we can do our live streams on, and that's kind of what we're working toward, and a few of us are looking into. But I appreciate everybody for coming out tonight, and I especially thank Nathan for being back with us. We saw Georgia Boy for a little while. It was good to see him. Kyle and Chico, brothers, always good to have y'all with us on Friday nights. And man, it's just a great time, and I hope everybody else had as much fun as we did. And yeah, I know, Scott, we started off a little crazy, but we gathered it back in and finished strong, and that's what matters. 47 people, that's pretty good for a bunch of old hicks like us, huh? So I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, and I hope, remember next week, right, Nathan, help me out here. Next week is the Reloaders Network live stream. Do we know where that's going to be yet?
I do not yet. No. Next week should be the Reloaders Network live stream. I'm not 100% sure where it's going to be, but keep your eye out on the Reloaders Network. I'm sure there will be some kind of notification, and there'll probably be a couple videos here that popping up, steering you guys towards whoever's channel is going to be hosting this week coming up. I hate to get back just to take a week off, but sometimes that's the case. We got to work around those deals. But I'm with everybody else. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Tomorrow night's Uncle Jim's Hat Chat, the St. Patrick's Day, so y'all check him out.
Absolutely. I appreciate everybody coming out. It was a good time. And sorry about the YouTube mess early on, but it was needed. We did have to talk about it. And it looks like we're all going to be doing the same thing. So look out for us on the Reloaders Network and Gunstreamer. But until not next week, but the week after, stay safe. Have fun, guys. I'll talk to you later. Night.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
All right. And we be clear.